Don't wait. Visit Furniture Plus today.
Hi there, I'm Lester Sublal, inviting you to join me on the first, second, and third Saturday, 8:30 p.m. to 11 p.m. for the program Slow Gospel Music, and on the fourth and fifth Saturday from 8:30 p.m. for an extended version of Slow Gospel Music on Street 91.9 FM.
The Embassy Yacht is back and ready to transform your events into unforgettable experiences. Launched from King's Wharf, San Fernando, the perfect starting point for an epic experience of luxury, music, and celebration on the open water. By booking our vessel, your event will include a house DJ, state-of-the-art sound system, fully stocked bar, dedicated cleaning crew, top-notch security. This isn't just a venue, it's a floating masterpiece designed to make your event the talk of the town. Imagine your guests dancing under the stars, drinks in hand, with breathtaking views of the coastline as your backdrop. From birthdays to corporate events to exclusive parties, the Embassy Yacht offers promoters a unique platform to create unforgettable memories and boost your brand's reputation. Call or WhatsApp 399-5959 or email embassycruises@gmail.com.
The Gap Man Limited specializes in products that cater to all your health needs. The Male Enhancement Package targets the areas of the body that contribute to erectile dysfunction. The Male Enhancement costs $1,400. The Gap pills are priced at 250 pills for $500 and 500 pills for just $900. For the best in eye care, get the super combination of a Super Bright and the Body Healer. To improve the heart's function and circulation, get the Gap pills and Formula C. To get a total body cleanse daily, use the Gap Body Healer and Big C, all for a super low price of $1,300. To order your products from the Gap Man Limited, call 628-4531 for products that cater to all your health needs.
For more info, contact 476-7268.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
And we are back. Today is Friday, and you know KFC has a deal for every day, right? Fantastic Friday. Fridays for feasting. Fantastic Fridays. 5 pieces of chicken and 3 sides for just $89.95. Big value for the whole line. Weekend start right. It must be KFC. Order now. Follow KFC Trinidad and Tobago WhatsApp channel for all the deals. KFC has become like a staple in Trinidad and Tobago, right? And you have deals every day of the week to enjoy. Good and natural ginger tea, so you could ensure that you know you eat the little fry stuff, you eat some other things, but you still try to be healthy as well by balancing up with your good and natural ginger tea, made from freshly crushed ginger root to get the strong ginger taste and aroma, so soothing. Good and natural ginger tea available with or without sugar. All you need is boiling water to get a cup going. As the old people say, don't take flambeau to see in the night what you can see clearly in the day. Good and natural ginger tea. Good advice to start your day right. So we go back to the news. 342-0081 4665391. And I'll just open the article because there was a period of time stipulated for the discussion which is taking place in the public sphere and also whatever scrutiny to the issue of these contracts, and that has been availed upon by the OPR, the Office of the Procurement Regulator, has formally directed Trinidad and Tobago Housing Development Company to hold on the award of the $3.4 billion in housing contracts. This is pending a comprehensive review of the record of procurement proceedings, the OPR said in a release yesterday. And that's fine. That's excellent. Take a good look. It is in the public domain. And let's get going. Let's get working. I can't underscore, I can't emphasize more how important it is for us to get going, to get working in Trinidad and Tobago. Because it's tight, right? All I know things challenging, it's tight. But we have no problem with the management and the oversight of whatever is taking place. And like I said, what is essential thereafter is the management of these projects, although the contractors will lose if they don't do what they're supposed to do, right? Because there's financing that is being done by the contractors as well, so it's in their interest to complete properly. Yeah, so let's pay attention. I do not want to see in my lifetime again contractors who blatantly rob us, rob the state, who do not do satisfactory work. And I'm not talking about small contracts where a man's struggling. I'm talking about those individuals who willfully corrupt those who are supposed to oversee these projects, and therefore they are able to do whatever they want. No pride that you're doing something for Trinidad and Tobago. No pride in that your name is associated, because you sure you're going to get work no matter what because you passing $1. That's not satisfactory. No pride that you can't say, hey, I deliver on this in time, on cost. And the project is one that is of benefit to the people of Trinidad. And yes, you make some money. Wonderful. Everybody win. All I remember that slogan, and I know some people passing some licks because they feel the winning taking too much time. I beg people for patience. Honestly, I beg people for patience, because in my assessment of what is taking place, things will get better. In my assessment, fair assessment of things will get better, and there are economic constraints that are hampering our development, and I don't want in the future, that's why I say never again. I don't know if all I remember that morning program of never again. Oh gosh, never again we must find ourselves in this position economically. After money was not a problem in Trinidad at different points. Gosh boy, Trinidad really does. And it is us as well. Don't feel we must take responsibility too. We must take responsibility, because some of our mindsets leave a lot to be desired. All right, so that's the process there, and we're looking on to see what will come of it. But I really hope that it can be completed in a short period of time, and that work could start. I really want that to happen as well, and I look forward to so many young, strong people in Trinidad and Tobago getting involved in this construction process as well. All they do the right thing, please. All they make me proud, please. I just beg for Trinbagonians, eh? And it's our people that tell me, Fuad, you still with mankind, boy. And if any of us listening and viewing, all they could just say yes if all they give up on mankind. But oh God. And when I think even of my experiences with some of mankind, it have good ones too. Oh God, mankind. Always make the argument when they tell me, Fuad, you have plenty love, you know, you're still trying with these people. Always make them statements hold some water. But there are others. Good morning, Sebo. Good morning, Marcellus. Good morning, to the good people around. Good morning. There are good people around. There are people who have gratitude in their heart and the ability, the strength to share that gratitude in words and otherwise. Good morning, Mr. Grant. It have love. It have love still. Among, as I always say, among the poorest people, well, poor in terms of economics, you find love. And then it have a few people who have a little means have love too. Among the poorest people, you find it still have some love. Then it have those who subscribe to ingratitude, greed, jealousy and envy. And we must also better ourselves, boy. We must try to better ourselves, Trinidad and Tobago. Prayers, wherever denomination, wherever, cleanse yourself, pray, because it is a reflection of ourselves as well. And the devil has convinced some of us, are just using the theology as a framework, right? The devil has really convinced some of us on evil, on lust, on greed, on envy. Yeah, and I see the endless comments online. Let me just touch online as well. We are streaming on YouTube, Facebook, my platforms as well as Iwer TV, 91.9 FM. We are also on TikTok, and I see such a large following on TikTok. I understand why the US government insisted upon the sale of TikTok from China, because it's a powerful outlet with a high subscription. Of course, for some of the older people like myself, we on Facebook. I ain't calling nobody old, right? Trim, right? Kamara, people who always online as well. Thank you all for tuning in. But we had to do better with ourselves. Hug up all your children today. Talk to them. Talk to them. Talk to them. Talk to them like you love them, which means talk to them over and over. I have some people who I consider and I love, how much time I had to talk to them? Oh God. Like children. And may God continue to give us that strength, boy, that strength not to lose hope and to continue to advocate and to speak the truth to them as well. 342-008-146 is 65391. The Office of the Procurement Regulator is doing its job. We are happy that economic activity is taking place. Them big companies who able to handle the major contracts, it then goes to subcontracts, workers, etc. I am happy for them as well. But once they do their job properly, what wrong with being happy for somebody else? I'm happy there's plenty new people too. Happy is not somebody normal people who dominated work under the PNM, who some of them not nice at all. Sorry to tell all you. I've worked with a number of people in the construction industry as well. Some people nice and some people not nice at all. Some people driven by greed, driven by the desire for phenomenal growth for themselves, hoarding. They don't take joy in disseminating and being a conduit for economic flow. Let me explain that. You know, you might feel happy that you could pay your bills, pay your workers, involve people in a process and everybody gain, and you see your workers happy and you have that connection and love. Right? I know some business people like that, but there are also business people who them in care, crass capitalism. They don't see the human being. They want to give you the least possible. It's sad, right? I see somebody saying they stand with me, but they would never bash Mr. Manning. And we know the construction booms that took place in Trinidad. It's always easy to look back as well and criticize. It's easy to criticize as well. But constructive criticism, yes, there was housing drives and Mr. Manning also gave people opportunities. Real talk. He gave smaller contractors opportunities as well. Blessings and big up to him. Right? Not so much the other one. For a matter of fact, I could remember the other one fighting Mr. Manning for even that process of helping others instead of his big boyfriends. Right? We had a Syrian prime minister for 10 years, a 1% prime minister, unfortunately. I don't know how in COVID he got voted back in. But anyway, and we give credit for what was positively done before. And we look back and we see where maybe not just concrete and steel, although people need these places to live in, but some of what was invested into, maybe we could have invested into agriculture and into productive industry that would now have seen us in a more stable position. And I continue to advocate even now at this point in time, and I hope the voices of 91.9 FM and all those who follow the program could also assist in advocating for stronger investment in agriculture. Not just talk, like really in production. In production, in marketing, in adding value, in earning foreign exchange, etc. In pushing our products. And I know the trade minister does his part. But whenever, God willing, we able to expand ourselves economically, right? They talk about NGC, getting some record profits. One side saying they take responsibility, and then of course the present government will want to take responsibility, not just responsibility. Kudos, that's the nature of politics, right? Big up who they now want to say is them, but other work would have been done before as well. We accept that. Whenever we able to get some of this money going again, agriculture, Trinidad and Tobago, prepare all your minds. That's what I'm trying to do here. Prepare our minds. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Hello?
Hey, Mr. West, welcome.
Yes. I seem to be getting into serious trouble on this program.
Serious?
Yeah, but I'm saying that, you have to understand human nature. And I know for a fact that, thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. And yesterday I was quite happy to see, probably you work with the DPP in terms of your skill in cross-examination. When you cross-examine people, is to get the truth, the veracity of what they are stating or alleging.
Oh, I recall listening to you.
And then the witnesses and them, not one, the witnesses, they start to stumble. I'm telling you, there's a lot to learn, And I am saying, if people listen to you have a lot of experience, you have a lot of skill, and people can learn a lot from you. I tell me that, because it reminds me of my earlier years. Anyhow, this question of this $3.4 billion, there are a lot being said about it, and I'm listening all over the place. And I always believe that you need to hear, there's a whole Latin and its used in law, or the alterum partem, hear the other side. And therefore, I listen to what people are saying, those who are for and those who are against. Those who are for, they may have their reasons why they criticize, and those who are for it or against it, they have their reasons why they take the particular stance, and I have to respect that. But as I told you before, the time has come, in this country here, you must be factual. And to be factual, it means that you need to get the evidence and whatnot. You need to do the research and whatnot. And therefore, you go to the OPR, the legislation which establishes the OPR, and puts forward the procedure. And therefore, I read the newspaper. I saw it last night on the news, and I said, what is this? And the way it was put over, and not really understanding. When I take a glimpse of the OPR, there's a standstill period. And that period means that anybody, you and I, can make objection to what, and that been happening since that is not a new thing.
Yeah.
That is within the legislation itself. And therefore you and I could express our concerns or alarm with what is going on and whatnot, how business is being done, how the procurement was being done. And all these things. And the fact remains that the contracts haven't yet been awarded. So it's part of the process. Nothing has been finalized, and there's that provision, they call it a standstill, where in fact you give the procurement a period whereby they can, look at the process that was used in terms of making the public, how the allotment was being done. And that is normal. That is part of the process. But people seem to be, the propaganda is the name of the game in this country now.
Yeah.
Everything, they just go about and bacchanal and this and that and the other. And when people tell them they would learn, some people would never learn, Don't matter what. And this is the thing that irritates me. And I would just want to tell you something here. Years earlier in my lifetime, I never used to listen to talk show. I have a lot of people who don't listen to talk show. People used to ask me, but you just listen to that? Yeah, you just listen to them thing, boy? You have to, what, the treaty was gone. I am seeing now where talk show has made a turnaround, where you have people, you see people making valuable contribution, where people are being enlightened, only if they would sit down and try to learn and listen. I listen.
Yeah.
I listen to you. I listen to other people that I talk show in the evening. I listen to, and the other talk show hosts and whatnot that I may listen to commentators. I listen to those people who write from time to time. But the fact remains is that you don't let people infuse things in your mind and have you like a robot. They just tell you things and you just running down the road with it and it's this and that, and from sometimes you can't put it over. And what I'm saying is this, is that what has helped me, and people have to understand, when you're on a talk show and you want to make a contribution, sometimes I falter myself. You first thing you do, what is the issue? So it keeps you in line. What is the issue? You could take it from those people who may have done some semblance of law and whatnot. They may have that skill. What is the issue? What is the proposition of law, the principle? Then you analyze the facts with the principle and then you conclude. So if you take a format like that, what is the issue? What does what is the principle? What is the facts? Analyze the facts, what is taking place, and then you conclude. You have no problem. But you're drifting all over the place, and people trying to tell you wouldn't learn. Some people here for all kind of more than a year since you're here. But they seem not to get it at all. And when people tell them about this and that and the other, they're vexed. They start to attack you. And again, what they say, do not bear false witness against thy neighbor. Don't say things that people didn't say.
Yeah, there's love on my program. There's love on my program. Thank you very much.
Don't do that.
Thank you very much,
Right.
Mr. West. Right, have a blessed day as well.
Thanks again.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
As we continue to just go through the news, so there is that standstill period and the scrutiny being paid to those contracts as scheduled in, that's the responsibility of the officer, the procurement regulator as well, and we cool with that. Good morning, my brother. How are you doing?
Good morning, my brother. How are you this morning?
I did. There's only love on my program. You hear the last thing I say? I love.
There's only love on this program, boy. That's why I don't go nowhere else, Mr. Fuad.
I appreciate that, man. Respect.
Yeah, it's only love on this program, man.
Yeah, respect. Go ahead, man.
Yeah. I was listening to the news last night with the procurement and so on. And I was so glad to see that the procurement chairman said hold everything. They need to scrutinize the figures that these 11 contractors supposed to be paid. No, I don't agree with this.
It's not the figures, it's the procurement process.
The procurement process, sorry.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. No, the contracts were awarded.
Yeah.
No, Mr. Ross is saying that it's not concrete or it's not finalized as yet.
No. What they do is when it's awarded, there's a standstill period in between before they could actually start now. If you understand what I'm saying. And this procurement, like the procurement officer, the procurement regulator, scrutinizing things doesn't mean that there is something that is an issue, but just because it is raising public attention, which it should, because there's a significant.
It should.
Yeah, that's fine. They're going through it, and it may well be that we could be able to proceed in a short time, even if there's an issue, maybe whatever issue they will put it forward if they pause one of the contracts or whatever. But also, my brother, we want to get economic activity going in Trinidad,
Of course.
Construction is going to help to take up some of the unemployment that exists.
With the unemployment, yeah.
Yeah. And it just stimulates the economy. Like I was saying before, the transport man, the aggregate man, the hardware, the security on the sites, the carpenter, the mason, the laborer. So I don't really want it to take longer than is necessary. I wanted the necessary time to ensure that everything's straight. Because it's straight. That is all.
But what confused me, Mr. Barker? Mr. Philip Alexander, and I don't understand why the Prime Minister told him to stay in his lane. Now, he is on TV last night saying that the taxpayers will not spend the bulk of the money the contractors will be spending money towards this and they will be putting money towards that. The contractors will be spending a certain amount of money concerning the building of these houses. Now you just add in fire to the thing. If the procurement chairman says, here what, we're going to scrutinize the thing, look at it and so on and come up with whatever. You know, as a senator now, Philip Alexander is coming out now and telling Trinidad and Tobago, well, the taxpayers don't have to worry because the contractors will be flipping half of the bill. So if the contractor is going to flip half of the bill, how come the money is one contractor still getting $1 billion and some still getting $89 million if some of the contractors are going to flip half of the bill? So Philip Alexander is just making it worse.
Yeah, I think...
And I could understand why the Prime Minister says to him, stay in the lane.
Yeah, but he in the Ministry, he in the Ministry of Housing, what is unclear, and I think it will be exposed, it will be explained a little bit better, and what I think Philip even was trying to explain is that the nature of the contracts are design, build, and finance now. So the financing is also being taken on by these companies as well, right? And that's an interesting part of it that we need to understand better. And I hope that the communication department of the Ministry of Housing could explain it a little bit better. I am struggling to, because I have not seen verbatim, I have not seen those explanations within our press yet. But I believe it is going to be exposed and explained to us, so that...
But Mr. Ford...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the money
I understand totally what you're saying.
Yeah, the contractor has to put up... He has to finance as well. It's like NH did it before.
But he will be reimbursed, Mr. Ford.
Yeah.
I did contract work already. And some of the contracts, they tell you to put out a certain amount of money on material. The recently the contractor put out $5 million. He will be reimbursed.
Yeah.
So it's not that. So endlessness is not common sense people out here, no, not stupid people, no. So even though the contractor is putting out $5 million, he will be reimbursed the $5 million.
Yeah.
So he will get it back from the government.
Yeah.
Beyond stupid out here who want to play stupid like them.
Them stupid, yeah. Beyond that with housing as well, right? Because the houses, when they are delivered, they have a certain value as well, right? And there is this arrangement with TTMB and the banks as well, where they take on the mortgages, so to speak now. So the money comes back in a lump sum as well for the work that is done. Because the product paying for the work beforehand in a kind of way. And I will attempt, and I think other people will attempt to explain, these new public-private partnerships. Is not that they issue a contract and they give you the money to build it and then they own it and that's that. Like the money up front there and they take it and they pay. Is not exactly like that. Right? So I think that's what Philip was trying to explain.
Faster. Yeah, so in order for the thing to go faster, Mr. Ford, they ask you, the contractor, because remember there's a procurement to get the funds to give to the contractor up front.
Yeah.
So they ask the contractor if he could put all the money to get this and that and the other, and down the road, they will reimburse it.
Yeah.
So when Mr. Philip Alexander is saying that the taxpayer have nothing to worry about, the contractors will be flipping half of the bill, that is deceiving, because they will be reimbursed the money. So that is deception that he is speaking.
Yeah.
And you, Mr. Ford, you have a blessed weekend. You and your family.
Yeah,
blessings.
Man. You too, blessings. So I don't know if he said half, and he may be trying to explain it as well. But the risk, a lot of the risk is carried by the contractor as well. because of the financing element of it, where the contractor has the obligation to finance. It's not the government money that exists that they put up front. And this process, this way of engaging as well is done because of the lack of finance at this point in time as well. It's creative. It's not a negative thing either. Good morning, Granty. Welcome.
Assalamu alaikum, my brother.
Wa alaikum salam, man. Peace and blessings to you and everybody who is on.
And I want to send a special love to Mr. West, special love to the Mr. The man from Santa Cruz.
Right.
Freddie.
Love to everybody. That is you.
Yeah,
love.
Everybody, love to everybody.
That is how we just deal.
Yeah, but then forward between me and you, I ain't lying, you know. Me ain't loving too much people who ain't love me, you know.
Yeah.
Because you can't love your enemy in this wrongs, you know. This wrongs been a wicked time, boy. But anyhow, I want to stick to the topic, my brother.
Yeah, man.
Love in the house according to them young people.
Yeah, man.
Love to you, especially a special love from my heart after God, my children, and my family to you and all your brothers and sisters and your family. And God rest his soul, my big brother.
Yeah, man.
Let me tell you something, first. I don't want to get tied up with procurement and all these big things with the contract and all them things, because I work in AGC for 48 years. I implement something with all government, from since with the PNM, NAR, Basel, Pandey, every government, I implement something we was working, where we was doing the own sanitation maintenance in all the housing areas. And we had it in-house, and people in the area, like when you go certain areas, you will hire 1 or 2 people from the area to give them a little employment, and it was working.
Yeah.
As I retire, 8 years now, the Wolf and them cut off that program. They leave all the machineries where Jolene John buy over $2 million in machineries for Wayne Maloney. They leave all them things pack up. They leave the workers. The union make everybody supervisors. And they mash up that program. And they bring in Foster Cummins, this one, and make them millionaires. Where the money was staying in-house and actually have people in the community getting a little job to pay their rent and their mortgage. But anyhow, I ain't going to cut up my head with that, because all the procurement and all the things, everybody had a friend and a family with them know how to go wrong. Trinidadian is smart people, you know. So I wouldn't get tired up with that. Here what I want to face this morning. I want we to stick on the Caribbean, this CARICOM problem we have in. Now, why I say I want to stick on it, I hearing on the news that with Trump actually mashing up, separate NATO and pull away from NATO, that it will have a long-term problem for America with NATO. I don't want we to have a long-term problem with CARICOM, because jump high, jump low, plenty food is come from St. Vincent and Grenada, from the Caribbean here. And we have to stick together. We can't have no enemy. We can't follow Trump one enemy with everybody, because when he gone, like he want to make, well, he come to mash up like them problem, right? I'm on the street. The next thing I have a problem with, I hear a lot of corporation complaining for finance, that they wouldn't have money to pay salary and they wouldn't this. So just now we might hear another set of people to go home again. Hopefully, here was my contribution, and I leaving it to the critics to oppose Malcolm X's statement this morning. Trinidadian, not accustomed, these present Trini, not accustomed to ration card and property. Like forward, I don't know if you might hear your mother and your father talking about when your grandmother cook her food, you have to eat. If you get a chicken leg, you're lucky. If you get a foot, you're lucky. Because it was hard times.
Yeah.
These people here now, the citizens and the children at Trinidad and Tobago, they're not accustomed to that.
We're not accustomed to that at all.
And I am fighting. Here where I fighting for you. I fighting for if we don't start to put things in place We have to put things in place. We agreed $1 million going in housing, $1 billion going to open back the university, to open some university in Debay or wherever. But yet still, we have a set of people who from UV right now presently have no work. So we're going and open a university to give people more passes with no work. Okay? Here is my fright. We have to sit down and have a proper plan. We have a sovereignty to deal with for Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah.
So this is where we have to deal with. The sovereignty, and we people, we independence, and we dignity. That is where we have to die with.
Yeah.
Not looking to say, most of the problem we have in Trinidad, let me face reality here. America now want to tell you how much sanction and how much thing they want to put on the thing. We don't come to Trinidad and because of crime and Trinidad this. We have to pay over $1,200 for a visa and you're getting turned down and they ain't refunning, they ain't getting you back your money. Right? Check out $1 million American embassy making off a Trinidadian with that when they turn down your visa. Right? The dropping of the pants, the gang, where that come from? Not Trinidad, them thing come from America. So when America put him on the blacklist with terrorists and them thing, let them know it's their training where we get here and spoiling we here. So I just want to close. He praying that when he go China, he go in China just now, and the Chinese president go give him a big hug. You hear the kind of dream and glad stupidness of a madman. We want to align ourselves with and gain my Prime Minister pen. That is a disrespect, Trump. All your Yankee and all your American, all of you disrespect Trinidad and Tobago and give my Prime Minister pen. Give we back where all you take from we Shell and BP and all you. Give we all you take from we. All you have a good day, boy. I go stay a revolutionist, boy.
Yeah, man. Blessings. Oh, God, don't start me down that line now. Once you start me there, I believe in my thinking, and I remember my legal tutor, international law tutor, saying, Fuad, you have a strong sense of justice in you. I believe in being fair, but I also believe in people being fair to me. You know, that is an essential element in my being. So sometimes to allow my rights to be usurped for longer term goals, to stoop to conquer, sometimes it be a little challenging. But I've become wiser as well. And I understand how to dance this dance as well. Right? Be mindful, Trinidad and Tobago. Good morning. Welcome, caller. Good morning.
Yeah, this is Monty.
Hey, what going on, my brother?
I am blessed by God.
Welcome.
Man, a woman.
Welcome. You see, I'm now trying not to say nothing about Trump, and look, little Trump come on my program. Good to hear from you, man. Go ahead.
Yes, I just touching base. I listened to the program this morning. I listened to the FBS singer before that. So I want to good morning to Mr. You know, he makes a valuable contribution. Every time he calls this program, it's good morning to him. And good morning to Trinidad and Tobago. And it's all good. And I think I listen to you talk about jealousy and things like that.
Oh God, boy! Oh God, that jealousy and that envy, boy! Oh God, boy!
It's real.
It's real.
It's over real.
Yeah.
That's why I survived it.
Yeah.
And as a young man, I choose my road in it. No man ever tried to me, because I could have ended up with a gun in my hand in it. Yeah. I could have been in jail in it. And through believing and having a dream, what make me good in my life. I grew up in the area with people. I sit down on the block. I see my friends going on and rubbing them and calling me to go. I'm come and go with them, you know. And I never go, you know. Working hungry. Leave school early. But I have faith. And I believe in God. And I listen to certain people who I believe in. I didn't go astray.
Yeah.
I never make a jail in my life. Never make a jail in my life. I never disrespect my elders when I was growing up. But now I respect them. Because some of them need to be disrespected. But I grew up in a good way. Because I didn't have a good mother also. She's still alive. And I was never, because I didn't remember all kind of things, but then I don't ever watch people think and get jealous of it. I don't ever see a man growing and build envy and hate in my heart. Because it covers the mindset, it covers your vision, it covers your goal. By being with a hate in your heart. So somebody think, somebody see, somebody think.
Yeah.
In life, what I always try to push people. Because I understand where I come from and where I go in. I have a dream. I have a vision. I have hope. Because as a young man, I'm not renting. I build a house. A big house. I'm proud of that. As a black young man, very proud of that. And I am very proud of, I was one of the person who living in Laventel. Say my hands are clean. I do a lot. I do a lot in my community. I do charity, but I didn't come and talk. I went and beg people to help people. Imagine I hungry. I want to beg people to help people who are more hungry than me.
Yeah.
The daddy love I have.
Yeah.
Because people show me love, who understand me. I say, brother, many people hate Kingsley out here. But the few who love Kingsley really love Kingsley.
Yeah.
Really love Kingsley. I'm not easy.
It's our love, yeah.
Because I just tell you, friend, you could give me $1 million. If I see you doing crap, I will say, hey, you're doing crap, you know. You're doing shit, so I will pull you up, you know. And if you know like how I pull you up, I pull you up. But I know I come from, and I'm very proud. I never depend on government. Nothing in life. I pick up buckles on the streets to survive. I get a shoebox, and I buy winter fresh, caramel, and sooty, and I sell. I work in a grocery. I do security work. I survive.
Yeah.
And thank God now I am benefiting my work because, as I said, I was on the block. And then she tried to encourage me. Even this time as I closed, even this time when my grandthing was alive. And then little boys and them turning Muslims all over Laventel.
Yeah.
And then come at me with gun to go and take my shala gun. Go and take Muslim, I have to be a Muslim, I have to be this, I have to be that. Take my by me, you know. And if the man who was a Muslim, Lee Kingsley is a special young man who interfered him and he tell them, he said when Kingsley ready to take his shot and you want to take his shot, I will put that against a man who gone. He said every Friday they come out and make guns at my door. And that didn't intimidate me. I say to God, the real living God. And I have no problem, you know. But I understand, my brother, some mindset of people, they get jealous and they build hate in their heart for somebody who loves them, for somebody who cares for them, somebody who looking out for them. They see their friend growing, they see their cousin growing, they see their neighbor who cares for them growing, and they bring that hate in their heart. So my brother,
Yeah.
Don't stay too much longer because they say, oh, God, you have your program.
Yeah, your own program. Yeah. Call a name and I go whistle. You call a name and I go whistle. Later, bye.
I call no name.
Later. Blessing. Sorry, I see a couple of people trying to get in as well. Right? We have to be real as well. I had to check my back daily for the wounds, but God does heal every wound. You know, there is love still as well, and I try to focus more on the love. I coming out of one of my communities and a guy healed me, and it is a blessing to be recognized as somebody who will assist, you know, and people feel comfortable with. And I say, boy, today I didn't have. I say, boy, today I don't have any pressure. And he said, if you tell me that, I know it's that. Don't worry yourself, blessings. There is love. There is love. And sometimes you don't have to wait for somebody to ask you as well. Because people have pride. But you could look. You could look and you could see. And you know who genuinely struggling. Reach out. Reach out. How much better of a society we would have if we would just reach out and help one another. And Kingsley talking about, you know, the difficult communities where he see that level of crime where people going out to do wrong things and whatever, and their mindsets are negative sometimes. But there are communities where people drive out of gated huge mansions in the new BMW is I this and I that, right? And they coming out to rob too, you know. They leaving the stash house to come out to rob. Just they robbing with a gun. So let us understand the evils of our society. Let us understand where greed will push us. And let us reject that evil. Let us reject that evil. Let us be wise. Let us be wise in understanding the positions you have to take when you're in a bad way. Sometimes I tell women who in abusive relationships as well, if they can't find the means to get away right away, take your time, avoid, give up your rights, you know, wherever they're thinking, and build quietly whatever you can to then escape. Because sometimes they don't really have much help out here either. And in the world, we find ourselves in abusive relationships. All I want to know how I drawing a parallel, right? In the world politics, countries find themselves in abusive relationships where the stronger party physically, militarily, I don't know if all are realizing after almost every statement, this present American president is underscoring the military might of the United States, right? It's very crass. But what he's basically telling you is that, you know, I am most, I saying that and I'm thinking only I should say that in terms of God. But I am more powerful than you. Just remember my guns. Just remember my ships. Just remember my bombs. That's basically what he's saying to the rest of the world. It's a real crass cowboy, you know, way. It's a real abusive relationship that many people are going through. That we are going through. And you have to be wise. Yeah, you have to be wise. And we pray and we speak, those of us who have that ability to speak out. We pray and we speak and we try to educate and unite the people of the world against wrong and against abuse. Against abuse. That's what we try to do. So that is the effort. That's the effort that we make. But if we buy into this greed and selfishness, then it disables our ability to unite against the greater evils. If we ourselves subscribe, that's some little Trumps, not kings, the kings, these are jokey little Trumps, I just talk. It has some little Trumps in Trinidad who buy into might is right, who buy into advantage. They have an advantage over somebody, and the advantage is not utilized to assist. The advantage is used to take, to abuse. Remember that strong sense of justice that I tell all I have. I don't know if it is because of my philosophy in life. I don't know if it is inherited through blood. But I do like advantage. I do like advantage. And I appeal to Trinbagonians, let us not practice advantage. Now we do advantage the woman with the purse and grab it from her. Now we don't do that. And economically, let us not advantage the weaker in this society. You know, let's help each other. If we help each other, we ease all of that strain, you know. And as I say that, I see a lot on crime in the news as well. Quite a few people with the SOE detained, etc. Maybe next week we'll deal with that a bit. Mr. Guevara has a very challenging job as well. All right, so we'll be back, God willing, next week. Prepare yourselves, Trinidad and Tobago. Prepare your heart, prepare your spirit with goodness and love. All right, have a wonderful day, everyone. Thank you for choosing 91.9 FM and spread the word. All right, take care.
A gospel program where God will reveal His mind to you on how to live a fulfilled life and to please Him in all areas. Join Pastor Femi Afolabi